Hello everyone and welcome back to Etellan. So for today's video I'm going to be making a custom of one of my favourite Pokemon, Bulbasaur. And for this doll I'm going to start off with a Laguna head and make this actually a fusion doll with a Laguna head and a Frankenstein body. So to start off this custom, I'm just making quick sketches of the eye shapes and started colouring in the irises with an orange colour and making a transition between a really pastel orange to a darker orange. Now Bulbasaur does have red eyes, but when I do fill in the irises, I'm going to be making those red, so it does kind of make a nice blended effect. So while this doll is going to be humanized, I am still going to do the iconic spots that are on every Bulbasaur, but I'm going to particularly focus on Ash's Bulbasaur from Indigo League. So Bulbasaur's colour palette is extremely green. The only bit of colour that you will see is the red eyes that are iconic to the Pokemon. So what I wanted to do is actually take the red from the eye colour and translate that into the makeup and later on into the clothes, just so that it's not so flat and one coloured. So as I said earlier, this doll is a fusion between a Laguna head and a Frankenstein body. So what I decided to do was just coat the body in Mr. Super Clear and do some blushing of the natural shadows of the doll. So it's, you know, stuff like the stomach, the knees, the fingers, the underboobs, all that kind of stuff just needs to be shaded in, and it just creates a really nice effect. So onto the lips, I decided to actually go with green lips just because I did think of having red lips, but then I noticed that half the face is red and half the face is green, and in all honesty it just looked a bit weird. Once the face is done, I like to just coat the face with a little bit of makeup highlighter and crafted some little ears just to stick on the top of the head. So now to the hair, I just use synthetic hair and I'm just going to make them into really small wefts and just work my way all the way up to the top of the scalp. And once that's all done, I carefully pour boiling water all over the head and it will just melt the plastic and it will just make it sit really nice and neatly. And for this doll, Bulbasaur is generally quite stocky, so instead of having stockiness in the body, I decided to make quite puffy hair, as it would just, I don't know, I thought it looked good. I go grab a really small thin chopstick and I heat my straightener up to 150 degrees and just melt the plastic into really tight curls and do that all the way up to the top of the head. So for this hairstyle, it really is just a painstaking kind of process of curling, brushing, molding the hair. Curling, brushing, molding the hair. It took quite a while, but eventually it did come to a really sweet result. So now onto the clothes. I decided to make a light green kimono and embroider all over the kimono with different aspects of Bulbasaur's character. So on the front of the kimono, I did go with color changing leaves from green into pink just to show the transition between Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. I know it's like so deep, but... And on the back, I decided to embroider some vines for Bulbasaur's Leech Seed, which is one of my favorite attacks from the Pokemon. So I decided to do some embroidery on the skirt and on the vest of the kimono just to have it all tie together. Once the clothes are all done, she is finished. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this doll in the comments below, and let me know what your favourite Pokemon is. If you'd like to see more of my dolls, make sure to check out my Instagram at etellan.